Okay, I love this question because I wish I would have known this information in the beginning of my astrology journey. And I can see how this concept would be super confusing to understand right now because, yes, Mercury is in its detriment right now and its fall as it's moving through Pisces. But not every planet has the same sign for its detriment and its fall. So let's back it up. Let's talk about planetary dignities. And I did a video on this yesterday, so make sure that you go check it out. But know that every planet has dignities at 4 levels. It has a domicile, with the opposite being its detriment, and it also has an exaltation, with its opposite being its fall. And we can use the sun as an example. The sun is in its domicile in Leo. Leo is at home in the sun. It rules the sun. And this means that the sun's detriment, or where it will be more uncomfortable, is in Aquarius, the opposite of Leo. Now, the sun's exaltation is actually in Aries, specifically at 15 degrees of Aries, but that's because that's where it is the most powerful, in the middle of that sign. And think about the qualities of the sun: life force energy, prana, creation, genesis. And then think about Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. It is cardinal fire, the beginning of the wheel turning, the child of the zodiac being born or reborn again, going on its journey. So this is where the qualities of the sun are expressed at its highest power. And then we can think about the opposite of that, Libra. That's where the sun is going to be in its fall. So let's talk about Mercury now. Mercury is the planet of expression, communication, logic, the mind, and its domicile is in both Gemini and Virgo, which means that its detriment will be in both Sagittarius and Pisces. But Mercury is only exalted in Virgo. This is the sign that is most logical, that is most ruled by the throat, that is most about solving things and using logic. So at 15 degrees of Virgo, Mercury will be highly amplified, but throughout that whole sign, that's where it is most exalted. Now, the opposite of that is Pisces, and that's where Mercury is right now. It is in the sign that dissolves things, that is a little bit more confusing, that speaks in riddles and signs and symbols and is not very clear. And this is not Mercury's jam. And so this is why Mercury is expressing itself at its worst right now in its fall in Pisces, and making this retrograde in Pisces perhaps the worst retrograde that we could possibly experience.